guys, and welcome to AP Football Analysis. So, we had another poor game in the Champions League yesterday, where we lost 5-1 again to Bayern Munich, but it wasn't all bad. I think we played really well in the first half. In fact, we played pretty incredible in the first half. Our skills were really good. We played well as a team. We played cohesive. We did things the right way. We played with the right spirit and the right intention. And then it came unstuck, and Laurent Koscielny got sent off. Robert Lewandowski got a penalty. They scored a goal. And then it all went downhill from there, and we ended up going from 1-0 up to 5-1 down. So, yeah, I'm not going to really sit here and lambast everyone. I just think it's a sad state of affairs. I don't know what to think. I saw Alexis Sanchez when he got taken off, and some people thought he sounded like he looked like he was laughing when Bayern scored that fourth goal. But I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it doesn't really leave me with much hope for the future with regards to Alexis Sanchez. I hope like hell he doesn't go. I hope he sees that, we still have a lot to offer, but it's not the best situation right now. This club isn't doing well. We haven't been doing well for months. It just seems like I've been saying this again and again and again. I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I feel like a broken record. But that's the sad thing, is that it's true. We haven't been doing what we're supposed to be doing in games. We play well for periods and then we just capitulate, and it's unacceptable. It's wrong. It's inappropriate. It's just something that a club of Arsenal's size and status in world football should not be doing. We just should not be doing this, and it's sad that we are. I've been watching fans, Arsenal fans, just not knowing what to do, not knowing what to think or where we go from here. A lot of people were saying Arsene out. I'm not going to change my stance. I still think he's got another year to prove me wrong. Arsene Wenger people can blame Arsene Wenger all they want, but he wasn't the one who screwed up defensively yesterday. He put a very strong team on the park. Probably the strongest team he could have put out there. And, we started the game well. His structure was good. His structure was solid. Then we just capitulated. We just let in and they took advantage. Bayern took complete advantage. We were like a wounded deer, and they just decided to put us out of our misery and just dominate the shit out of us for the last half an hour. I really don't know what to think. I wish I had the answers. I wish I could sit here and say, this is what's going to happen in the future. And it's ironic because the club has historically said Arsene Wenger provides the most stability, and, that's why we want to keep him, because he assures us of solid performances. But I don't feel Arsenal is stable anymore. I wish that I had like a stable answer to say, look, everything's going to be okay, but I can't say that anymore. You look at Ranieri. He does the miraculous and wins the Premier League with Leicester City after, exactly a year prior. They were like in 20th position, and they'd only just managed to save themselves from relegation. And he manages to do the incredible by bringing that bunch of players together and showing the world that if you have people who work together and who are cohesive, they can do anything. They can do the impossible. Like Ranieri and that season with Leicester will be taught, in business school. He'll be taught to management students about how to effectively deal with different people and how to bring teams together to achieve outcomes. And 9 months later, he's showing the door. But the thing is that that's the nature of the Premier League for most clubs, for pretty much all clubs. That's the nature of the Premier League. If you don't achieve results or satisfactory results that the board and that the fans expect, then you're out. And the thing is that this has been going on with Arsene Wenger and Arsenal for years, and nothing is being done. And we have to sit here and ask why. Why, if Ranieri can get sacked 9 months after winning the Premier League with a team no one expected to even feature in the top half of the league, why could he get fired, yet Arsene hasn't even been shown a semblance of risking his job and the board saying, look, we don't believe in you anymore. There hasn't been a semblance of that. Arsen's been steadfast in responses to interviewers' questions about his future, saying, I believe I have a future here. I believe I have a future here. Why isn't he more concerned about his job? Why haven't we seen that? Reporters can sit there and make assumptions as much as they want, and they can say that Arsen's job is in jeopardy. But from what we've seen from the board, commentary at AGMs and things like that, Arsen's job is secure. It's going to be interesting. If we don't finish in the top 4 this year, what is going to happen to Arsene Wenger? What is going to happen? Because this will be different from the past 20 years where we've featured in the top 4 of the Premier League, made the Champions League, and just have had European presence. We're not in the If we're not in the Champions League next year, I don't know how the board's going to react. It's actually going to be quite interesting to see how that all pans out. But the game against Bayern was just classic Arsenal of late, where we don't stand up. This is the thing that I asked for in the preview, or a couple videos ago, when I said that what I want out of this game, out of the Bayern-Arsenal game, was for Arsenal to stand up. I didn't expect them to go through. I didn't expect them to perform a miracle. But I wanted them to show heart, and I wanted them to at least win the game, or come very close to winning the game, and show that they still care. Now, the first half of football, I couldn't have been more proud of the guys. I was getting pumped up. I was like, what, we've got enough momentum to be able to kick 3 goals in the second half. We've got the momentum. We can do this. And I was so pumped at halftime. I was getting geared up, and I was so excited. I couldn't wait. And then it all happened, and we just did what we do. We're presented with an issue, and we don't show resilience. We don't show fight. We don't show hunger. We capitulate, and you can't do that against a Bayern. You can't do that against a Stoke in the Premier League. This is not the way you conduct yourself in professional sport. It's just not what happens. You won't get anywhere having that stupid mentality. And that was the most disappointing thing of all. 10 men, sure. Okay, I get that. It's much more difficult playing against a Bayern with 10 men than a full squad. I understand that the umpires, the refs, probably weren't on our side. And, there are a few decisions that, probably didn't go our way. But, the refs weren't responsible for 5-1. It just... 10 men wasn't responsible for 5-1 necessarily. I can understand maybe if we let a couple more goals in, yes, but schoolboy defending was, I guess, the theme of the second half, and it shows that we've just got a long way to go. I don't know who's going to stay there next year or who deserves to stay in the Arsenal squad next year. It just seems like we've got a massive culture of complacency. As I've said before, a massive culture of complacency, and it can't go on like this. This is Arsenal Football Club. This is not a team where you can sort of accept mediocre performances because you haven't got the money. This is Arsenal goddamn Football Club. This is Arsenal. I'm saying these words. I'm hearing these words come out of my mouth. This is Arsenal Football Club. Those words have a lot of clout and a lot of meaning in global football. This is unacceptable, and I wish we had the answers. I wish that we could just understand what's going on with Alexis and Ozil, and try to address key deficiencies within our squad. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we're going to do that, and I'm not sure we're going to do that with the current board in place. I'm not even sure if Arsene Wenger, given the money, if he was given the money, whether or not he would make the requisite changes. And that's a disappointing thing. It's just, I'm not sure where we go from here. I had a video come out last week that said that, we need to identify where we need to buy players, and then we need to go out there, analyse the market, and then buy the requisite players, and, try to build our squad so we can compete with the giants of European football like we were promised when we moved from Highbury to the Emirates. But do I believe that the board is going to allow that to happen? I don't think so. We've got shareholders, we've got stakeholders, we've got We've got fans who spend thousands of quid per year just on attending games. We've got the highest stadium prices in the world, and we achieve the highest revenue from any stadium in world football. You know, we've got the finances, but I'm not sure that the board is going to invest in the club the way it should. You know, this is a pattern. This is not a one-off. I think we lost to Bayern 5-1 last year as well. We lost to Milan in 2012 4-0. You know, we shouldn't be getting smacked over the park by other European clubs. We should be the one at least being on level terms with these big European clubs or smacking them down. We just should. And the fact that it's not happening just shows me, and it tells me and tells many Arsenal fans that we have a long way to go to reclaim some sort of credibility in European football. It's a pretty state state of affairs, and I for one hope that we can, you know, challenge, you know, current perceptions of the way the club is run and the way we operate, and the way we operate on the pitch. You know, I'm not sure if it's going to change quickly, but I sure as hell hope that we see some necessary change to ensure that what happened, that 10-2 aggregate against Bayern Munich, never ever happens again.